I'll recap. I'll recap. It's fine.
I have a tank top that says D&D and gay.
Everyone is very wiggly today. All right.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Let's rock and or roll.
Oh, are we already going?
Hey friends, we're live.
Oh, we're actually live now. During the entire mess, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're live.
I was told you would never do that to us.
Yeah.
I said we're going, and then it went.
Been betrayed.
I'm just saying, I didn't get a count in.
Jesse just pulled an Adamus Lamas on us, right?
Really did.
What?
It's
been a while.
Is this the gods we know? What's happening?
It's been a while.
Welcome to behind the scenes before the stream starts. While we're in the stream,
We're all wiggly messes. That's basically.
Let's investigate some dead bodies.
Basically, yeah. Hey folks, welcome to the Mind of the Martyr. An interesting entrance, but that's fine. We're ready to dive into some searching some bodies, searching some ruins, and seeing what everyone can actually deduce about the secrets of this place. Speaking of which, the deducing and not the goodbye mom. That was just to the side there. We have two fantastic sponsors which keep the channel running that I just need to touch on real quick. First are the wonderful folks at Grinding Coffee. They are an LGBTQ plus owned black-led coffee company. They are fantastic. They do a whole bunch of incredible different fusion flavors, and they do have sample packs as well for you to try out multiple flavors. If you aren't too sure, you want to go ahead and take a little bit of everything and see what floats your boat. Go ahead and chuck in the code FWRD on Grinding Coffee's website, and that'll get you a discount off your order, which is pretty great, especially if you're like me and just live on coffee these days, especially these days. But yeah, check them out at Grinding Coffee Co. We are also part of the Roll20 Spotlight program, which we are super excited about. You may have seen the battle map last time, as well as the wonderful new overlay done by our fantastic artists on the team. Yeah, Roll20 is an online tool set which allows you to play TTRPGs anywhere, or anywhere you have internet connection, basically. They have a whole bunch of games in their marketplace. You can set up an account for free, and you can go ahead and pay a little extra for a pro account, and that'll get you some of the things in the marketplace in addition, and some cool other tools. Roll20 is pretty popular at this point. A whole bunch of people use it. We obviously use it, and you've probably seen it around, but it is definitely worth checking out. Roll20, this is how we roll. And speaking of rolling, let's roll right into the episode. So, with that being said, where we find ourselves now is a little odd. On a mission for your friend, kind of, Carter, you traveled away from the capital city of Scythia into a small area where individuals have been mining and collecting this rejuvenating salve. It's meant to have incredible healing properties. When you stepped inside of this cave, you found that there was no spring to be found, although there was residue across the sides of the walls. A small, cracked section of the wall and some vines covered up what seems to be a large, sprawling microbiome inside the caverns with a relatively tropical climate. After some traveling, some investigating, and a small puzzle to get inside, the party head further into the caverns and find themselves in another open, sprawling area with a set of ruins that were inhabited by some rather creepy individuals. Some battles with some monsters, some wounds sustained, and a close call for Mara later. We find ourselves coming back now at the very end of the battle. To all of you, you see these creatures strewn and splaying around the ground. Their wounds, perhaps not as impactful as you were hoping in some scenarios. You see sections of bodies torn apart in others, especially with Lupa's assistance there. What would you like to do as this battle has now come to a close?
I am starting to harvest absolutely anything from these monsters I can. Me and Lupa are harvesting parts, meat, trophies. I'm harvest. Hi everyone, I'm the nature girl. I'm harvesting. I am monster hunter harvesting these monsters.
I wanted to make a joke like how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if but monster hunter chop up monsters if a monster hunter could chop up monsters.
Oh my god.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Specifically,
Okay.
the first thing I'm going for is that lightning tail, and then I'm just harvesting the rest of everyone else.
Okay. What's everyone else doing during this?
I would like to test the freshness of the corpse that they were nomming on. Pretty please.
Oh yeah, they were like eating
Okay.
somebody.
They were eating.
Oh my god. They killed someone. Someone died here.
We walked in on them eating things.
As the group have now come up to, and in some cases over, this plinth, on the other side you see a scattering of humanoid bones. Some of them are browned and yellowed, clearly have been sat here for quite some time. Others are relatively fresh.
So like gristle or like bone?
They've been picked clean. And it is like full skeletons that have been torn apart and separated and divided up.
Friends, this does not bode well.
I said we shouldn't come down here. Didn't I say that? I said we should have just turned around, went back to town, told Potter that there was no one here.
But clearly there was. And what if it was the original people that were down here?
Dawn's going to be just kind of separating the bones into piles based on their age, like how old the bones are. I mean, they're not going to be like full skeletons, just like these are the same color yellow and these are the same color yellow.
Go ahead and roll a nature check, and we'll see how much you can deduce.
Color white.
Mara's taking a short rest.
As will Orin. He'll just sit and meditate.
It's an 18.
Can
18.
I also take a short rest?
If y'all want to take a short rest, you can. Yes.
Does
It's
wait.
gonna- now he's like, I will be a while, you're right. Carving into these monsters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with the 18,
Yes.
you can look across multiple bodies. Some of them are indeed, like, maybe within a few days, perhaps a few weeks. Some of them are far, far, far older. And
Ooh.
looking across sections and, like, piecing together what skeletons you can see that some of these bones are proportioned differently. Some of the buildup of cartilage and what should have been sinew there are different than what you would expect from the heritages that you know. It would seem as though some of these may date back perhaps thousands of years.
that was what they were nomming on?
I mean, the one that you saw that individual eating was fresh.
Yeah.
But there are bones scattered on the other side of the
That
place
are
now
old.
Very, 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 very old.
that are old.
Okay.
To the point where, like, some of these are so old that you haven't actually met a current creature with this kind of bone structure.
I mean, now Dawan's in this for the scientific research that could
And the body that they were nomming on it's humanoid.
Humanoid, yes.
And
The one that they were picking clean at the time, as we discovered last session, was belonging to a tiefling.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Just as a reminder.
Oh, okay. Yep. I do remember that now.
And there are mixtures of like other bones scattered in here. You see a few gnomes, halfling, a few orcs. You see some elves, etc. And then there are the older bones, which are also a mix. And then there's the older bones, which are just a bit odd to look at.
I need to get a bag of holding. Don't we have a bag of holding?
Jotra did.
Did he not
I think we kept it.
leave it with
Yeah.
us? I feel like he
I
would.
just
Yeah,
don't
y'all
know
have
who
a bag
has
of
Aridin.
holding.
I think you have
Yeah,
it.
y'all have a bag of holding.
Oh! That's not in my equipment list. Let me just...
I'm pretty sure it was left to you.
Mara's gonna sing a song of rest while we're resting, so you get a d6 if you spend any hit die. You get an extra d6. One to spend.
Thank you very much for that, Mara. I could absolutely used it.
Oh, hit dice, I probably should do. I just wanted to regain some spells, but...
Oh, this.
Hit dice are also a thing. So feel
Hit
free
dice
to
are
spend
also
them.
a thing. That's why Mara took a short rest.
I'm gonna assume that me harvesting monsters is not giving me a short rest.
It is a pretty... It's mostly the horse type creature that is the most difficult to harvest.
That isn't what I started with.
Yeah, so probably not in this instance.
That's fine. Do I need to roll? I'm trying. So trophies, me with like whatever. I want this tail intact, like perfectly. Like I'm gonna track its any kind of skeletal structure it has to get the whole thing.
Okay. Why don't we, now that we've cleared what everyone else is doing, why don't you go ahead and roll a survival check for me?
I will do that. I am exhausted, so I believe this is at disadvantage.
Correct.
So I will.
Adam is throwing Adamus Lamas is giving advantage up for grabs, DM included.
I will take that
So if
and
you
make
wanna-
it advantage. Survival?
Survival.
Come on, baby. Come on. Okay. Am I survival? I am very survival. I'm canny in survival. That's a 19. 11 plus
Okay.
8.
Awesome. I don't think you've ever encountered anything with this
No,
particular structure.
she's a homeschool kid.
But you're aware of the basic sciences behind it. You're like, okay, cool, right? This is where this part must end. There's a splay in the tail which is covering it. So if I cut here, you manage to sever the tail itself pretty much intact. The blade itself is completely preserved just fine. And then there's a little bit of flesh on the bottom, just where the connection is, that you'll have to spend more time to actually work off or give to someone who can actually create something out of it. But yeah, you definitely can.
I get that. I'm
Um,
gonna put it on like one of Lupa's like side saddles and like wrap it up so it doesn't cut her or anyone else, and then kind of gesture to one of the other creatures like she can go have a snack. She'll get a short rest.
Yeah. If you wished to as well, just because that was a good roll, you can also sever the connecting horns to
Yep.
the sides as well. Or
Mine
you can
now.
take the whole head if you want.
There, it's all of it's mine.
Okay.
You see now we just like carving for fucking knife on this thing.
Mm-hmm. You can take the
Like-
whole head if you want. It's not too. He's muscly, but it's not exactly.
Definitely doesn't like grunt like as it releases. Huh. Puts it on in a different bag.
I'm gonna whisper to Orin. I think they would have gotten along very well with soup.
Oh yes, definitely. They certainly cut from the same cloth.
Mm.
I want like. Is something here have teeth? I want teeth.
I mean, this thing has teeth. This
I
thing
take
has...
teeth out of its head after I cut it off.
Mhm.
Oh my god!
I just start like I like take out some pliers and just start ripping them out.
The spinnigans, the like spine devils, often the little ones, they do have teeth, but they're heavily serrated, but they're tiny. They're not much of a trophy.
That won't
But
work.
this creature has like a forward, like jutting mouth with a set of like 4 larger fangs, and then the
Oh yeah,
coming
those
onto the
are
middle.
those are mine now.
Mhm.
I'm taking those.
Yeah.
If I can go rip some spines, and the horse thing, like any good meat, she's gonna like take and put in like a bag of like salt she has to preserve it.
Mhm. So yeah, you have this creature. You can definitely grab some spines off of the devils. The only other creature that you would be able to find is the metallic like bodyguards. As you would take a look at those, it doesn't take a lot to see that the armor has actually been not fused, but nailed into their skin. It has been bolted, it has been nailed and seared in. It is going to be pretty unlikely that you're going to be able to carve anything from these.
I don't think whatever's in there she wouldn't want any of it. It's no good. She's like the leader thing clearly kept in good health. That could be good meat. The rest of these things, if there's a trophy on them, I'll take it. But if not, they're fine where they are.
I mean, they have their halberds, but that's about it. Like,
nah, she doesn't need more weapons to carry.
Everything else is pretty much sealed to them. Yeah. Okay, you can definitely take some spines. You can definitely take some meat, the head, and the blade from
Let me go
horse creature.
update my equipment.
Mhm.
Horse creature, blade, and head.
Yes. Mara.
Dewan, is this place desecrated? Because I assume it's not an infernal temple. I could be wrong.
I would be willing to make a religion check.
If you would like to.
Sure. Actually, no, I'll do a religion check. How can I check if the nature, like if the natural spirit feels off? I guess
You are a nature cleric, correct?
I am a nature cleric, yes.
Okay, so just roll a religion check, and you,
Okay.
Depending on how high the result is, will depend on what answers you get for both of those questions.
Okay. Ooh, 17.
Okay.
Spoiler, I'm not good at religion, y'all.
You go ahead and tap into the latent connection you have with things around you through your, however your belief works. It's not quite revealed yet. This particular area, the biome that you are in is strange but not unnatural. These creatures, however, most certainly are. They do not belong here, nor do they belong on this plane of existence. Entirely. They are complete anomalies. This area, although it is ruined, and although something clearly happened here, doesn't seem to have ever been hallowed ground of some kind. There is no inherent divine energy that waits here.
Okay. So it wasn't, whatever this place is, it wasn't a temple?
It wasn't a temple, or at least it wasn't...
It wasn't...
It wasn't a temple to a divine. It
Okay.
could have been a cultural thing, but it is not a religious thing to your knowledge, or a religion that you at least would understand as a religion.
I think, so when Mara asks that question, Dawan is going to give her like a that's a good question kind of look, and then kneel down on the ground and dig her hands into the soil, and that is how she like attunes with the space and the nature's entities or energy around her. This space is not unnatural, but those things, and she's going to sneer in the direction of the grossness, they don't belong here. They never belonged here in this space. But wherever we are, it's not part of what we would consider our, it's different. It feels different. Not unnatural, just different. Nothing holy. Just a space.
Eridan, do you sense any teleportation magic? Like, did these things come through like some sort of portal?
Would detect magic pick up on that?
It might. Or you can, if you approach the like plinth area with that indent, you can go ahead and use Arcana and see whether there's anything there that would tip you off to anything, I guess.
Okay, I'll do that first, and then if I don't see anything, then I'll use detect magic. Ooh. That's a 25. Give me everything.
Nice. So, walking across the plinth to where that circular indent lies in the ground, the dirt and mud itself seems undisturbed in comparison to the area around you. Around the outside of the ring lie some relatively worn but still legible runes of both arcane and infernal nature. And as you read around, you also notice that the runes begin to shift into another language. They begin to shift into primordial as they carry on around. They don't really create sentences. It's more of you would imagine it's more of a tribute to the magics and the forces that kind of exist in nature. There's water, there's fire, there's light, there's darkness, there's the earth, there's the sun, there's all of these different energies, all of these different forces from both the arcane side of things and the primordial side as well.
What do the infernal runes like they don't say sentences. Like it's the same. Like the.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. So it'll be like the arcane rune for fire, and then the infernal rune for water, and then as it continues around, there's a section where it's like just a few primordial runes for things like light, darkness, etc.
And is this like a teleportation thing?
No, there's no like inherent magic in the space. You imagine it's probably some kind of tribute area of some kind, possibly some kind of cultural development. But there's nothing that screams to you portal or teleport or something along those lines.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. There is a glimpse of evocation magic on the item that Nawi has carved from the individual. The spike on the tail.
Okay.
And apart from the other things on your person, in your current radius, you do not detect any magic.
And walking around?
Walking around the perimeter of the ruins that you can see? No. There is a small pathway that continues off, so on the map to the right, but for y'all, forwards. That path seems to kind of descend down again, so you can only kind of see the cavern wall on the other side right now. You would have to step towards the edge and look down to see.
I took a look around, like, the dais area to see if there's any, like, levers or like something that maybe would trigger, like, a trapdoor or, like, just something to reveal.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an investigation check, because you're looking kind of closely.
What's my investigation? It's terrible, but it's not great. 16.
Okay. You take a close look at this plinth, this dais, whatever you'd like to call it. You do not find anything indicating a trapdoor or anything like that. No buttons, no levers, nothing along those lines.
I didn't detect anything.
I don't see anything.
The circle on the dais, it seems to be more tribute than anything. Nothing really magical about it. Now the spike you took off the creature, it's evocation magic.
Looks back, like arms in this thing's chest covered in blood. What was that?
The tail spike is magical.
Oh, I was hoping so. Goes back to what she was doing.
Do I have prestidigitation?
You don't think we have to give this dais a tribute, do you? Do we?
It seems all of the runes are fire, water, darkness, light. There's not one that says blood, is there?
No.
Okay. It mostly seems to be forces of nature.
Kind of shrine to the elemental powers.
Someone's gonna look around.
Yeah, Mara's gonna see if she can see where the big thing came from, because it was big. It likely made prints or something. Since she's not a ranger, I can follow the big thing.
Looking around the general area, Mara, there is only one path that continues forwards rather than backwards, which is the one that Aridin spotted earlier. It would take you towards this kind of steep, not quite a cliffside, it's not quite that steep, but it's definitely an overhang as you step to the edge. There is a steep set of stairs that continue down this risen hill, as it were. As the stairs continue down, they open up to another area, not too dissimilar to this one. There's plenty of water, plenty of trees, and still in the same cavern. Although, looking down, you see another one of these ruined buildings against the far back wall, the same as the one you've already stepped through previously. You also see another ruins in the center, similar to the ones you just fought those creatures in, with 3 sets of glowing lights. To the left and to the right, lined across the walls in droves, are these large, solid, metallic orbs. Judging from here, you're probably looking at about 60, 30 on each side.
How many on each side?
30 on each side.
Guys? I found something.
Yeah. Down with
I am quite done. Wipes head. It's like the car mechanic thing, like hands are full of dirty of oil, now face is dirty of oil, blood.
Dawn, as she walks towards Mara, is just going to open up her like satchel toolbox thing that I will settle on a name for soon. Episode 45, and hand Naui a just rag. She has many cleaning cloths.
Oh, thank you. I'm quite sorry.
It's okay. You just have something, and then gestures to all.
Oh, yes. I suppose I was not careful. Did not mean to offend.
No offense. I am used to the sight of blood, but perhaps not all of our party members are, and we wouldn't want anything nasty lingering. Who knows where they've been.
That's fair.
Also, no offense taken, because we had a friend we think you would actually get along really well with, but he's not here right now, so maybe you will get to meet him at some point.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I remind you of someone you like, I say as I start cleaning up as best I can. So I came back towards the tail, and there's
So
room,
continuing on
lights.
from where this room is on this map, carrying on to that like right hand edge, there is a very steep staircase which leads down into, you're still in the same room, it's just like the second part of the cavern, so to speak.
Yeah.
The biome is still the same, trees, water, the kind of glowing plants up the top. In the center of that area is another ruins, just like, not the same, but very similar to the ones you've just seen.
Mm-hmm.
With 3 sets of glowing lights scattered around the area. There is a similar large moss-covered ruin at the very back, and then to the very, very, very sides, lined up against the walls, are 30 solid metal orbs. 30 on each side, so 60 total.
I think now he's gonna just like throw a rock towards the middle of the room, see if anything happens.
Okay. You go ahead and launch a rock. Nothing happens.
I shrug because that's the best I can think of for now. Thinking the check for traps.
Mara's gonna reach out to Perhaps. Have you seen anything like these before?
I was gonna say.
sorry. I was busy seeing. What can I help you with?
There's these metallic orbs that you can send a mental picture.
Those are certainly big orbs. I have no idea. Nothing that I have seen before, sorry.
Okay, well, enjoy your nap.
Thank you.
Perhaps has no clue.
We'll just go look at one.
Can I have Ashtalora fly over to one and just like boop it?
Sure.
Much better than Naui, who's walking over to the same one to boop it.
As I send Ashtalora forward, how far away are they?
We're talking like another room entirely, so a few hundred foot.
Okay.
As you're traveling down and like through and across, like this area is large.
Okay. As I send Ashtalora forward, I'll put a hand on Naui's shoulder.
Mhm.
And my eyes go, I think I said they go white when I see and hear through Ashtalora. I'm also keeping an eye out for more beasties, if she can take a peek.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll the perception check for Ashtalora.
Naui just thinks you're being a pal. She's not seen this trick.
I can't see or hear.
It's just like, yes.
Yeah, she's
Great.
hello.
Yes,
Hi.
friend. 15.
15. Okay. Nothing particularly catches your eye as Ashtalora travels along, doing their thing. You can go up to one of the closer orbs and ding, just the sound of a claw hitting metal. Sounds like the inside is hollow, because there is quite a reverberation as you tap.
It seems safe.
Tressum have detect invisibility
Mm-hmm.
within 60 feet. She doesn't
Mhm.
see anything?
Nope.
She's gonna lick the orb.
Lick it?
Yep.
This cat.
Oh, Ashtalor's been hanging out with Orin too long.
You say
She has poison sense.
That's how she tests poison? Is she licks?
Yes.
That's fine.
That's not quite that's fine.
But Tressum can detect whether a substance is poisonous by taste, touch, or smell.
So have
There
her
are other senses
smell it.
there.
Why would you taste poison? It's
She's
Oh, yeah,
poison.
that's
Blah.
poison. Oopsies.
fine.
It's that I've forgotten the movie where he's like, oh, my dagger is
Yeah.
it has the strongest poison known to
Yeah,
man.
licks it.
I shouldn't have licked it, and it just dies. Okay. It's not poison. I mean, it tastes gross. It tastes like dusty old metal that's been in the sun for a long time. Which Eridan gets to taste because you're sharing senses, so have fun with that.
I thought it was just sight and...
I think it is just sight and sight.
Yeah.
Still.
Don't be rude.
Eric is just sitting there like, damn.
So are the orbs like perfectly smooth, or is
They
there
are
like writing, or they're
perfectly perfectly smooth, perfectly spherical, and they seem to be just dropped into the ground. They're not like dug in, they're not floating, they're not like nailed down. They're just there.
and they are metallic.
And there are.
They are metal.
Okay.
We follow footprints here. Do the footprints just go past this? This may not be anything.
The footprints or the drag marks, they continue down the stairs and through the center of the woods.
I'm gonna follow the footprints.
Now
I'm
he
going to
takes Airden by the hand and starts walking.
I'm gonna say, Orin, you want to come with?
Oh,
And I'm
sure.
going to dimension door to the other side of this room. So on the other side of the orbs.
Okay, yeah, he wasn't expecting it. He's like, yeah, sure, well, let's walk over there.
What year is it?
You're 3000.
Right.
Sorry, new trick.
Not much has changed, but then... Anyway. Let's leave that part of the 2000s out of this.
You don't want to get slapped with a DMCA.
It's more I don't want to be slapped by busted fans. All right. So you are porting over to the other side. You're going with Oren, right?
Correct.
So you will end up... You will end up there. The three of you will be on this side.
Are we? Is this a new map?
Is the map
Is on the
updating?
map?
It is.
Oh.
I don't see it.
Well,
That's
in that
perfect.
case, yep,
no.
it's still on the old
Still
one.
in the same spot.
Still
You
the
gotta move
same
the
one.
gotta move the player
Alright.
wheel. There's
Do I-
a little player tab.
Got it.
There we go.
So the
what?
Sorry,
The
I was
step-
just changing.
Oh.
Hello, weird flamey circle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
the
wait.
steps
Oh.
carry you down
Wait.
across this pseudo hill face. They carry you down next to the water from the side and bring you around into this ruins. And there are indeed 3 glowing lights. And as you've now stepped forward, you can see, or the 3 of you who are stepping in regularly can see the first bluish light over floating just above the water. Seems to be these 3 small wisps floating in a circle.
Mara, have you seen anything like that before?
Have I heard any stories?
Go ahead and roll a history check.
Yep.
It's for something, right? A will-o-wisp.
21.
21. Okay. In this particular instance, you're going through your memories, the stories, the riddles, the tales that you've heard. You've heard a lot similar, but nothing is quite the same as this. There's nothing that quite matches.
No. Never seen floaty lights like this. Definitely never seen a bunch of eggs. I'm gonna go with eggs. I don't know what they are. Something metal laid an egg is my theory.
Something that'll lay an egg.
Yep.
Okay.
Giant metal spider. I don't know.
So you said
Okay.
3, so which are me and Aridin taking a while? Because Aridin can't see right now.
Yeah, so Mara and Orin dimension doored over to the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, you just said the 3 of us walking in.
Yeah, so Eridin, Dawan, and Dawi are walking the proper way, whereas
Oh.
Mara and Orin have dimension door to the other side.
I would like to actually just go forward and kind of get a closer look at the red ones that are kind of right in front of us here.
Mm-hmm. So, just to give you, as you've kind of dimension doored, the ruins are before you, the orbs are to either side, and the large moss-covered ruin is behind you. As you've now dimension doored in, that's where you currently stand. Yeah, you can definitely go ahead and move yourself over there if you would like.
And where are the orbs on the map?
Kind of go this way.
The orbs are just outside of the map range. They are to your
Okay.
left and right, respectively. And they are literally just against the wall. They're pretty large. certainly larger than I think anyone else stands here. So.
Oh. Now I'm thinking it's a metal dragon who laid these eggs.
Do they look like? Do I recognize them? Do they look like eggs?
They
They're
are
perfectly spherical. So
they're
not
perfectly
oval.
spherical. They're not oval. They're not like egg shaped.
And they are
not mammalian egg shaped or bird egg shaped. There's lots of things that lay eggs that are perfect circles.
And are they like giving off light? Like, are they like, or is it just like static light?
The orbs to the sides are not giving off any light at all. They're just metallic orbs. It's these three things in the center that are giving off a static and consistent light. So there is a yellow light, a blue light, and a red light.
Now he will squeeze Eridan's hand twice and let go for a sec and just like shoot one with an arrow and then grab Eridan's hand again.
Oh.
Okay, roll to hit.
I should have a token for Ashtalora.
Which you should.
Can you like make a sheet?
14?
14. Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and calmly and carefully kind of pull the arrow back and fire it. I assume into the blue ones because they're closest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You aim at just the one orb that's kind of floating around, this one glowing entity. You fire it, the arrow and splits the entity in two. It pauses there for a moment. The orbs continue spinning as it just carries on doing its thing.
I'm not. This could be just the lights. I'm not quite sure that this is anything to be worried about either. I just attacked it and nothing happened.
As we hear creaking as the metal orbs start flying. No, just kidding. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I guess. So wait. Dawn, Naui, and Eridan are close together. I'm gonna move closer to Naui.
Oh wait, I'll tell Eridan what happened because I can talk to people telepathically.
I probably, if Ashtalora doesn't see anything in this room, I can drop the spell. But I feel like Eridan, much like Cole, like holding hands, would be like, okay, we're holding hands now.
No, he's not gonna notice. She knows the spell to begin with. So I'm just telling you, I know you cannot hear, they said right now, but I shot it and nothing happened. I think we are, I'll say out loud, I think we are okay to just keep moving.
Do I still have detect magic up?
Yeah, you got it for the next few minutes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna walk towards one of these things.
Okay. You immediately get struck with a very old, very powerful sense of enchantment magic.
And if I walk like here, and then if I walk to this one, is it the same types of magic?
Same thing.
Okay.
What are we doing over by the redder lights there?
I'm picking up Orin and throwing him in. No, just kidding.
I was about to be like, should we do the stupid thing? Just to see.
Are you gonna lick it?
No, not
Touch
this
it.
time.
Touch
this
it.
time.
You hear Jotra's voice in your head. Yes!
Yeah.
Touch it.
The Jotra in me kind of wants to touch it. Just out of curiosity, real quick before I do this, I mean, I see the blue ones, I see the yellow ones, and I see the red ones that are in form. Do they have different, like, looks to them? Like they're different type of energy? Like, do I think the this one in particular in front of me is like, oh, this is just fire, it's fine?
You have the suspicion, but none of the orbs, none of the entities look different from one another.
Where's Jack?
I mean, stop saying orbs, because they are orbs, and these are orbs. It's very confusing.
By the way, where's
Jack will
Jack?
be... Y'all didn't grab her. Y'all didn't grab her. She's still guarded.
Not Jacaranda. Jack.
Oh, my
Where's
Jack.
Jack? Jack is...
Can we call Lil Jack Jack?
Jack.
Wait,
Jack.
wait. Is there another Jack?
There's my little lava golem that I do, and I named him Jack.
Yes.
Before Jacaranda was in the party. So, where's Jack? How about we let Jack touch it?
That's probably a better idea.
Yeah.
And his tattoo will flare up, and the magma will creep up his arm, down his arm, and pop up little Jack.
Well, wasn't he still out? Because
No,
he got the bug.
Oh, yeah. I can't make him right now. Sorry.
Oh, did he disappear?
He only has a certain amount of time he can last.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then never
Yeah, I
mind.
can only summon him once a day. So here, it's just fire. It's fine. Here goes nothing. And
Oh my
we'll
god!
touch it.
Oh, we don't
I
have
Embrace the chaos.
I approve. Listen, if you
before
were
he
gonna do
actually
it, Donna's
does
gonna
that,
do it.
before he touches it, Mara takes a rope from my waist to his.
Okay.
Just in case I get blown back.
Or no, in case you get like teleported somewhere or something, sucked into something. Anyway, she's your anchor.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Are you touching one of them, or are you trying to touch all three that are kind of spinning there?
I mean, as it's spinning, I'm just gonna reach out to the closest one
Mhm.
and
See what happens.
see what happens.
Okay.
You turn into a potted plant.
You reach out and slowly begin to kind of just touch whichever entity is the closest. As you touch, the spinning stops. You watch as the entity kind of passes through your fingers, begins to almost playfully kind of duck in between the gaps in your hand and spin and dance. It begins to kind of slowly travel up your arm and across your tattoo, and then rejoins the group. As it kind of climbs up, however, the kind of energy wisp, as it were, begins to change into a more raw elemental form. The more it climbs up, the more you begin to see tiny sparks and flames across it. As it comes away from your hand and attempts to rejoin the circle, it spins only once before departing, and at an incredible speed launches past you and past Mara and seems to bend itself around the ruins, and you hear a slam of magical energy in the mossy ruins behind you.
What was that?
I touched it, and it
Why?
seemed to freak out. I wanted to see what it was.
I mean, did you get hurt?
No, I feel fine. It seemed to have picked up on my key a little bit, but Mara, should we go follow where it went?
Nope, I'm touching. And she goes up and touches one. And she wants to see if the same thing happens.
Okay.
Which one did she touch?
Another one of the red one.
Oh.
You reach out and attempt to touch the entity. And it passes straight through your fingers.
Entity? Hey everyone, entity.
Entity.
This thing, the entity, wisp, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Entity.
I don't want to call it wisp so much because
Oh, and titty is better.
Entity.
Titty.
Okay, well these
Can
ones at
Batman get
least.
behind
right. I've just caught on to what you're saying here. Listen here.
Oh, are we
I
under...
just wanted to cop a feel. Come on.
Now he is going towards the blue one. I already shot it once.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well,
Which one am I?
That one wants to touch it. What's the other color? Yellow or
Yellow.
green?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Or do we race to the blue one?
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Race the blue one. Can we do a race?
I'm already at the
Like
yellow one.
actual. You're gonna go for it.
Roll
Don't.
dex checks, both of you.
Go, guys, go.
I was going to
Which-
shift. I was going to shift into my shifter cleric or shifter.
I was gonna say actually it would be probably athletics, depending. Dexterity, athletics. We'll say that. There you go.
Yeah, but that gives me disadvantage now.
Why don't we just? I mean, if I shift, I do get a 40-foot walking speed now. My
Nolly also
I'm
has
letting-
Lupa, however.
I'm letting
How
you...
many
is now
times-
riding Lupa? This is cheating. I guess I was shifting.
Do you shift at will? Because you already shifted once today.
I shift every short rest, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm letting you know right now, you don't need to shift.
I'm going to shift.
Okay. Now he is so exhausted.
Oh no.
Just to school you.
Oh
Just to
no,
school
now I
you into
feel
what's gonna
bad.
shift.
I feel bad. No, I won't. I'll just let's see. It's a 9. I start to run shift and I look back at you and then I'm just like gentle.
So the first one was a nat 20.
Good.
And then Ray was like, it's athletics. And I was like, oh, I have disadvantage. So I rolled a 3. I also got a 9 though.
Oh. We're both power
Okay.
walking at the same speed.
Yes.
I look at you and you're like, let's race. I'm like, yeah. And you start running and I'm like, and you politely you slow down.
Sure. It's a very sad race.
I stopped just short winded. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not sleep well.
What were you doing all night?
Something important.
Oh.
I guess let's see what happens.
I wish
Okay.
Dawn had a little vial of espresso in her bag, but we'll need to add that to the list.
I wish
So
I
you
had that.
just- Yeah. Are you
I
just
think you
reaching
should
out and
call
touching
it
it?
Yes.
your bag of catnip is personally what I
Cat-
should call it. Your bag of catnip.
Okay. So
I could see Jesse's the gears turning. I
You-
want to touch the yellow one with my the prosthetic arm.
okay. So we have touching the blue.
Yeah.
Same again. The wisp just passes through your fingers. And again with the yellow, reach out, passes straight through.
And it doesn't do what happened with Orin. Can I tell like what element this is supposed to be?
No, because at the moment you don't have the information that is an element.
We're just going on sheer
Yeah, but it's a
speculation.
Yeah.
puzzle. But it's a puzzle.
Sheer speculation here.
Wait,
So-
isn't the blue one over water though?
Yeah.
Oh, is that water?
Oh, is
I
that
thought it
water?
was
Yeah, it's water.
grass.
It's water.
It is water.
I
yes.
thought-
It's water.
I thought it was
Ah.
a nice green grassy field.
So fire
So-
and
No, he takes some water and
light.
throws it on it.
Okay, Noe, you can go ahead and grab some water. You throw it across. You watch as
Oh,
the
too
water
bad we
covers one of
can't use-
these. It goes ahead and covers one of these wisps. The wisp actually, almost as if overburdened by the water you placed on it, it drops down a bit out of the circle. You watch as the entire entity freezes into ice, and then back to water, just floating. Back to ice, back to water. As it tries to rejoin the circle speeds up, and again, it slingshots, traveling over a predetermined path, it seems, and will, with another magical bash, will slam into the ruins.
I just look on and say that it is the power of nature. That is what they react to.
I'm gonna cast light on my hand and try and touch it again.
Okay.
That was much smarter than what I was going to suggest.
You stretch your hands outwards and touch the wisp. You watch as it attempts to adapt to the smell. You watch its form change and begin to kind of move before whatever effect it was under fizzles out and it passes through your hands.
Go get one of Jacaranda's crystals.
So what are the ones left?
Light.
2 blue,
Light.
2 blue, 2 red, and 3 yellow.
Are there 2 blue with me still? I'll do the same thing.
Only one of them.
Oh,
dashed
I'll do
off.
the same thing.
Okay.
What did the pedestal say again? It was
Light, darkness.
It had a mixture of everything. It had a
Fire.
mixture of every element. So
Yeah.
fire, water, earth.
So it's either going to be
Light, darkness.
lightning or actual sunlight. That's why I said go get one of Jacaranda's crystals, because they are sunlight.
Naui, as you do the same thing, you pick up some water and pour it over the next wisp. You watch as it begins to contort its form and then passes through your hand.
I don't think water works anymore.
Did Naui's water one go to the same place as
Slammed straight back into the mossy ruins. It continued along the path, a different path, because obviously it's in a different position, but yeah, it too slammed into the ruins behind you.
And does it seem that there's like some kind of doorway where they slammed in, or?
I mean, if you want to turn around and take a look.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see where these went and where they're going. What are they crashing into?
There's a little bit of overgrowth that you will have to pass before you find the same kind of doorway that you saw before with the 3 imprints, except this time there's no imprints. This time there is 9 etchings just straight in front of the wall. The 2 to the leftmost side, there is 1 glowing red, there is 1 glowing blue. And there is an etching underneath. Depends what language you speak, actually.
I speak Common, Halfling, and Infernal.
Okay, not those this time. Not Infernal this time.
Ooh!
go Erden.
I'll go see what's going on.
Okay. You go ahead and step away from the blue wisps and continue to where Orin is. You recognize part of the passage. The first section of the passage appears to be in Primordial. The second part is in a language I don't know. I keep meaning to write down the languages y'all speak.
I know Common, Draconic, Elvish, Primordial, Sylvan, Corey.
None of those.
Why do you know so many?
Celestial, Common, and Infernal.
Orcish.
Eridan would recognize the second sentence.
Celestial.
The second sentence is in Celestial.
Mara
she say?
knows whatever she wants to know because she can cast comprehend languages as a ritual.
To enter Arcasus, understand that nature is power. The second line underneath, show that differences in power can create the same effect.
Oh, so we gotta like set one off with the right one and then switch.
And then do the other.
So the light one, I don't have darkness. I have pass
So-
without trace.
The diagrams or like pictures you can kind of see around the outside, those kind of like carvings that you saw in the first one, they show you a collection of these same wisps being summoned with 3 different kinds of the same element. So you see one person pouring a jug of water over a wisp, whereas another person appears to be impaling another with some kind of ice spear.
Sickle.
Yeah.
And
And then
in that
steam.
case, can I cast?
Mara lights a torch,
Okay,
sticks it at one of the red ones.
go ahead and light the torch. You push it forwards.
Mhm.
It pauses for a moment before it kind of dances around the torch, kind of like a moth to a flame. Begins to contort and change before it goes back to the circle, speeds up, and slingshots itself into the back wall.
Do people have like element spells? Because I just don't.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Was one of the red ones?
That's why Mara did a torch.
how do we
can
do ice?
Ice.
Jesse, my first thought was Milo to the rescue.
I know. Let me just reach into my bag of ice.
Can any of you do rain?
Nope.
It doesn't have to be ice necessarily, just a different water than
Can I
the
try
water from...
Oh.
Shadow strike on the light ones?
Shadow Strike? Yeah, sure.
I don't have darkness, so
Yeah. I can cast pass without trace and stand near one of them. It creates like icky darkness.
but yeah, I'll try that. I have it's shadow. Give it a
Roll to hit.
blah, 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 blah. Nope, wrong spell. What's this? Oh wait, I'm an idiot. 19.
19. Okay. No issues with the Shadow Strike itself, as the what little shadow of this wisp stretches and animates as a small floating shadow behind it suddenly strikes with a large duplicate blade of Eridan's. It cuts in half, stays there suspended. Remakes, rejoins the circle.
God damn it!
Try your witch bolt.
My witch bolt is lightning.
It's yellow.
So the one that Mara did was another red one with
Right.
the torch.
Correct. So you've done
Correct.
2 red, 1 blue, and 0 yellow.
Lightning, you say?
I will cast
I'll try
Saya's
that.
touch on my staff, or Dawan's staff, really, because I'm borrowing it right now. And swing at the last red one with the flaming
Okay.
staff.
I will say, imagining what the wall had said, you imagine that your primordial powers have probably been spent in this particular
okay.
instance. You can try it already. You can try it again, but it will.
We need a different source of flame.
Can I cast I'm going to attempt to cast Sacred Flame on the last red one and also the yellow one.
Okay.
Just to kill two spheres, two wisps with
And
one
I
spell.
guess on. No, hang on. I'm still thinking.
I can't help with this.
Okay, but yes, I'm gonna.
Which one was lightning? Was it one of the red ones? Because you said it was like flame and sparking, wasn't it?
Sparking as in the sparks of a flame, not as in
Like embers.
Yeah.
Well,
the moment your general assumption as a party is that the yellow ones could be lightning. It hasn't reacted to light so far, so.
okay, so
But
then
it could be lightning.
I mean, I'm going to
cast Sacred Flame, and then I can try Lightning Lure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to try. Well, I was going to try Sacred Flame on the yellow one, Cole, if that helps, because it's radiant.
Okay.
Or
Go
the
ahead
yellow one.
and cast Sacred Flame. It's not really a thing, so it doesn't really get to save. Yeah.
It's just
this
a
radiant
beam
damage.
of light.
This radiant damage tears straight through it. There are sections of its body that are scattered in the air. It'll go ahead and reform and continue its journey.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that same thing with the red one.
I'm pretty sure the yellow one's lightning, not light.
Same spell, different target, same outcome.
Okay.
Oh wait, Lightning Lure didn't work?
I didn't realize you were casting
yeah.
lightning lure.
Yeah.
That was the sacred flame. Okay, yeah. You go ahead and cast lightning lure on the yellow, and it'll kind of wrap around this this wisp. It almost seems to kind of crush it and split it in half. As the halves split, in between there is now a current of electricity that connects the two together. They slam back together, rejoin the circle, and then speed up and are slingshotted into the back wall.
Yay!
Mara's gonna go bleed on the blue one. She figures we're made of 90% water and she doesn't want to spit on it, so blood is the next option.
You're gonna love this next thing.
Okay, so Mara, you go ahead and prick your finger, let a bit of blood drop. It again is almost overburdened by what you place on it as it drops down. The entire thing turns a dark crimson red before spinning and slowly turning into a blue. And it will regain its wispy form, head into the circle, speed up, and fire itself into the back wall.
Now he's gonna have Lupa drool on the last one, and I'm walking over to grab the lightning tail. Mm-hmm.
I have an idea if this fails.
Okay.
When you get the DM so good.
Please start thinking. Lupa's drooling on the last blue one. That's whatever. I'm taking this lightning tail because I've got a terrible idea.
Technically, the blood was the other was the physical part which triggered the physical aspect. However, Lupa is technically a magical creature due to your psychic connection.
Her attacks do count as magical.
Does it count?
So it does actually count.
Oh!
As magical drool. As
Magical drool.
Now he's got a big brain. Watch out.
I was going to do a whole thing with a torch.
As Lupa will go ahead and walk up and drool on this thing. That's not how I expected this puzzle to be solved. It'll drop down again and twirl and twist. And it actually turns a little pinkish purplish as it goes back to a watery form and then back to its wisp. It'll spin in what's left of this little circle and fire itself back. You hear a soft hum from the door itself as whatever energy was in the circle itself disappears.
So I'm going over to get the lightning tail. Can I? I'm gonna roll a intelligence check for myself off camera, because Austin thinks that I see the pattern, but I don't know if Maui would see it. She did just have a big brain. Okay, yeah. Now okay, so I think we need like a physical and a magical and a something else.
Nicole.
Yes, representation for these things. So, but I don't know. And I like grab the tail. I don't know if this will be physical or magical. If it'll work. It to produce lightning seems magical, but I don't know how they will interpret it. And I'm gonna go over to where the yellow orbs are, and I'm going to try and exert my own like energy into this tail to try and turn it on, since it has no energy source.
Okay.
Just trying to like connect. Like I shove my hand up in the part that was left, and like grip on, and just try and like. I'm like, it takes energy to use. I don't know how to use it, but maybe if like it's like, now I just know this, but like a battery, like if you pump it full of energy, it'll work even if you don't know what you're doing necessarily.
Okay, go ahead and roll just a spellcasting ability check.
While
So
Mara's
plus your
doing
proficiency, plus your wisdom.
Mara's going, I just hope something celestial is not on the other side of the door, because I don't want to have to fight a celestial. I'm just saying.
Why would we fight it? Wouldn't it be nice?
Not necessarily. Some of them can be pretty mean.
Oh, I've only met nice ones.
Have you heard the story about the unicorn?
Unicorn?
Not very nice. Not very nice at all.
I got an 18.
Okay. You try and exert your will against this creature, and it's a little weird. Although the creature itself is definitely not alive, the complete difference of a creature from another plane almost makes it feel like it's fighting back. Just its very nature. You concentrate, and using whatever luck you still have remaining, you inch just the slightest bit of energy out of this as it strikes the wisp.
Spark.
The wisp begins to shake and shudder as suddenly it splits apart back together, joins the circle, and is slingshotted, the same as the rest.
So there's one left now?
One red one, one yellow one.
No.
One red, one yellow.
So the ring that Jotra made me,
Mhm.
I know that when he disappeared, there's some sort of mechanism in it, because that, like the like vinyl, like needle thing, like worked on the like goodbye stones.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything electrical about that?
You don't know. You're not an artificer.
I'll try passing the ring through the last.
Okay.
And if you break it, I'll cry.
You go ahead and pass the ring through. The wisp will pause for a moment, vibrate. It'll turn a light shade of a grayish purple as snippets of the message from the ring begin to play sporadically and at
Aridin,
random.
if you're listening
from
to this, I've
wisp
done
itself.
something insanely stupid.
Nonsensical
Had my coffee yet.
words completely
magic,
rearranged in the
past
wrong
is a strange
place, almost
thing.
like
Probably the former.
Trying to
but they
mimic a
aren't where
sentence
they're
that's
going.
only heard
It's completely
once before,
cataclysmic.
at a
Promise.
distance.
You're my first friend. I will find you. A
It'll
book I could learn from.
reconvene,
I love you, Erdin.
slot back into
I love you, Erdin.
what's left of the
I
circle,
love you.
and there's a whoosh as it speeds up and launches itself into the bank.
Oh, good. If that didn't work, I was going to take one of the cats and rub silk on them.
I was going to do the same thing.
That would have worked. That would have worked. That would have worked.
Can
I'm
Lupa
gonna
breathe
give-
fire?
Okay,
give
wait.
the ring a kiss and put it back on.
So you did? We need magic still for the other one?
Well, we did. So Orin touched it.
So we did elemental force. We've done
Physical
force.
'cause of
We
a
need
You need
dwarf.
magical.
magical and not radiant.
I
Actual-
wouldn't make magic fire.
I could try, but I don't know if it's a different type of magic.
I have. Wait, hang on. Let me.
Man, we ain't got firebolt?
Actually-
I might have some.
No, I'm gonna try because technically it's not like a key thing. It's it's like the only spell that I can do. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands
Oh.
and do the cone against the last fire wisp.
Okay. Roll the d20 for me. Okay.
Potted plant. Here it comes.
You've heard of TPK. No.
Do I add anything or
No, just a d20.
10?
Ooh.
Ooh, right in the middle. Ooh.
It's really cool. Come on,
What are
Ray,
you
it's
gonna,
really
what are you
cool.
gonna do with that? Right. What about that
It's so
information?
think about how cool it is. There's something cool behind this store. You named it and everything. You want us
Oh,
behind this
I
store.
have an idea.
Okay. So
If this doesn't work, I have an idea.
just because it's cool, I'll let
Yeah.
you have it.
Follow your DM.
Technically, your abilities come from a primordial force, not a magical one. But that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna let you have it.
It's my only spell.
My
Okay.
idea was going to be better. It was going to be awesome.
I have white flame blade.
I was just going to take Aridin over there and kiss them.
That's not the kind of fire we're on.
Hey,
That's not magical fire, although it is.
that
It's
is
not
fire of
magical.
love.
That
It's
is-
not magical
that is
fire, but
magical
you'll
fire.
sure
It's
be
magical.
making sparks.
Seems pretty magical to me.
It sounds.
This girl is on fire.
No.
If you do it while Orin's starting the fire, no one
I
will know which
kissed
one
a
works.
girl and I liked it.
Motorcycle.
Okay, so yes, you
Oh,
cast
we were
this
successful.
Burning Hands. The final wisp now slams itself into the back. You hear another hum as this final ring is complete, and the shaking and rumbling, familiar to you now, of a door being prized open.
Is that?
Are
Are you?
I know. Is it? Are the seagulls
am not
intentional? What is happening?
I am not at the
three.
beach.
It is 3:34 in the morning. Why are there seagulls?
The seagulls are like, wake the fuck up!
Okay, but like, I'm near London. Why are there seagulls?
I
They're
thought.
helping
I
Paddington.
thought that was a fucking sound effect, and there was like a C on the other side of the door.
I know. I was like, are we in Saltmarsh now?
I was,
What's happening?
I was like,
but
wow,
at least it's
Adam,
gulls
move over.
and not-
Your job is done.
It
At least
was
it's
certainly
gulls
wonderful.
and not crows. Because if crows are out there at 3:30 in the morning, something's wrong. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah, true.
Just
Still,
saying.
seagulls.
So loud.
So the door opens. Now he just kind of like stops and looks at everyone. Whatever this place is, it is very
Creepy.
sacred Well, yes, I don't know, but it is very sacred to something very old, so we should make sure to be respectful of it.
Oh yeah, and you carrying around that tail is nice and respectful. Got it.
Wait,
Well-
are the footprints of the things that we fought going into this room?
Correct.
Do you mean to tell me they solve this puzzle every single time they went into this room?
Well, they don't solve it; they just know it now, right? Like we don't like if we came back, we don't solve it. We just do it, right? Like Ray's not gonna make us
Just know
RP. Ray's not gonna make us RP the puzzle again. We're just like we do the puzzle. We know the answer.
So what I'm now envisioning is all those minions we fought are like, okay, we'll take this one, you take that one, we'll take this one. All right, you're in charge of the physical, you're in charge of the magical.
You don't know. You don't know.
They clearly work for something in here.
Boy.
But now he's just like, it's something old and that deserves respect regardless. If it tries to kill me, I'll fight it, but
Respectfully.
yeah, I'll be nice first. I tried to talk to them and they were like, die. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess you'll learn.
Good. Yes. Yep. All right.
Now he goes in.
That one's gonna bow at the entrance because you're right. And this was very, like, nature. This puzzle valued nature, and she respects that. Let's go.
Okay. As you step inside, there is a small section of carving above you in this corridor. It simply says Arcasus, the pylon of synthesis.
Pylon of synthesis?
Pylon of synthesis. Because, this place is extra.
Do I have any frame of reference for any of those words?
You can roll a history check if you would like.
Can I also maybe read, did I read? Sorry, that was a slip of the tongue.
Uh-huh.
Did I read about this in the book of that magic? That was in the library.
Wait, is this written in common?
This is written in, it'll be one in Infernal, one in Primordial, one in Celestial.
I don't-
Same sentence 3 times.
So Mara is casting comprehend languages. So she
You gotta wait for that, right? Because it's a ritual.
Or you can just cast
Oh
it
no,
straight away
I
and
can
burn
just
a spell
cast
slot.
it straight away.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's got enough
That's a
spell
hit.
slots.
I got an 18.
Okay. Weirdly enough, yes.
Oh boy.
Only in passing and only the concept of synthesis. You would have learned it in the Veil from probably from your master himself, sorry.
Oh boy.
Synthesis in this context is a concept that was brought upon by individuals simply known in history as the ones who came before. There is absolutely no written history on who these individuals were, what they were, what their body types were, what powers they had. Nothing.
Yeah,
they had there's just no history on it.
Just
All
they
we
were
know
just
is that-
progenitors.
Yeah, there is some kind of creature that came before. And those creatures longed for the concept of synthesis, being able to combine the physical, the arcane, and the primordial into one coherent power. Basically.
Oh, we are in the land before time. Got it.
I think when now he sees it this time and thinks about the door and thinks she stops in the doorway again. I know I said it before, but whatever is in here is very old and possibly quite powerful. We will want to be on our best behavior. There's not much known about these people, so if we're able to make it out, we could maybe spread their knowledge to the world above as it should be.
So we're going in there, huh?
I will be going in. There's the people at the Vale would love to know more about the ones who came before, and perhaps they have knowledge that could help us with the surface world as well.
You ever hear the saying, curiosity killed the cat?
But
No.
have you ever heard the response, satisfaction brought it back?
I like
Well,
that.
hopefully this is satisfying. And Mara just walks in. Hello? Anyone here?
No.
Your voice carries and echoes throughout what is now a pitch black room past this corridor.
She lights up her swords.
Is it like magically pitch black?
Just dark.
No, it's just there's no lights inside.
Oh, okay.
And she is human. She just can't see, so she lights up her swords.
I have blind sight within 10 feet around me, so I can like see enough to walk.
Mara can't.
Are there any light fixtures in the room that we could light?
You can continue down the corridor, which you know opens up into an incredibly large pitch black room. You can feel around like the sides
I mean,
to find some light fixtures that you can light up if you wish.
Well, after I light my swords, they don't have to feel around. They can just go, hey,
I was
let's
about
put
to
a
say-
torch here.
Can everyone else just leave?
Yeah, good
Yeah,
point.
I'm gonna.
Darwin has dark vision.
Oh, then in that case, you're good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this is for
I have
this is for my
dark vision.
teammates. Can I find a light fixture?
You're good. Yeah, there are light fixtures scattered around the
I was also
the
gonna
area.
cast light on Ash Delora.
Just a glowing kitty.
Sure thing.
Just have
Yeah.
her fly around.
So
No.
with Mara's swords and Astralora lighting the place up, is there any like runes or anything on the wall that like would possibly be reminiscent of like primordial beings, like the Crimson Sisters, Core Snake, anything? Maybe I
So
would
with
recognize?
everything lit up as much as possible, sorry, there was a misunderstanding there. With everything lit up as much as possible, the first thing you would notice is the same metallic orbs line the very edge of the entire room and carry on around, even as the stairs climb. There is multiple sections of fabric that have been strewn or torn or just rotted away with time. The room itself smells damp and of mildew, as most of this moss is still covering the area around you. There seems to be a statue at the very center and two wings of stairs on either side which carry on up. The statue, go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Oh. History, I think, is pretty good. 15.
Okay. This particular statue does not seem familiar to you. It is certainly not humanoid. It appears to be some kind of power or deity just by the presentation of the statue itself. It's very large, it's very regal. But this isn't a power that you have encountered during your studies.
I look for track marks or anything like that. That is like what we were following originally, and just make sure like
Mhm.
if there's more in here, it's just the same ones we followed and not other sets that we missed.
There are
Mars
drag marks that continue up the stairs.
Still like,
Okay.
is everyone okay in here? Do you need assistance? Knock if you can hear me.
Oh, we maybe not want to yell.
Perhaps we stay slightly silent in this revered space, just in case.
just mouthing things.
Perfect.
Uh,
Thank you.
Well, she figures if they're all powerful beings, they can hear her.
I go towards the stairs that they go up. And I just do like I'll tell people one by one mentally that they go this way.
You continue up to find, firstly, a large open corridor that continues down and down and down and down to what seems to be an end door that is incredibly decorative. There's a lot of decorative carvings and runes and other such things there. There are multiple weapons and tools that are also on the very back wall of various different kinds of cultures and quality as well. Some of them look like they've been perfectly preserved, other ones are a little more run down. And across this corridor on either side, you see both the same metallic orbs that strew across either side, and these incredibly large statues, probably standing a good 25 foot up, of various different entities in various different poses. Some of them humanoid, some of them not at all.
I have a crazy idea. I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit. 1, to help me heal. 2,
Okay.
because it is a primordial nature spirit. And I will heal 3 times it can heal me, so I'll roll those. I don't have to do math on camera.
That's cool.
But I'm going to summon it, and it looks like it's like a small humanoid shape. It more or less looks like a small child in humanoid shape. But like the further down you go, the more it just kind of splays out, very like Ghost Casper like. And I just look at it and I'm like, do you, in Primordial, do you know where we should go? Does this place feel good to you?
There is an overwhelming sense of neutrality. They are not super encouraged, nor are they super offended by the area. Seems to be on a pretty neutral plane.
Well, they don't seem afraid, so that's good enough for me. Thank you. And it'll wisp away as it heals me for 9 HP.
Awesome.
So there's big statues, big door, no more steps.
No, it's just a really long, painful JRPG corridor.
Well, everybody, are we going down the JRPG corridor?
But of course.
That one corridor in every JRPG that lasts like way longer than it has any right to. it's one of those.
Now it begins going down the JRPG corridors. I won't control anyone else, but now he starts.
I mean, Dallin wants to look at these statues, honestly.
I want to send Ashtalora ahead and see if she sees anything.
I race Ashtalora. No.
You're still exhausted.
Yes.
Orin will hold Eridan's hand as she goes forward.
Thanks for holding my hand, everybody. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I'll send Ashtalora forward and I'll hold Orin's hand.
Okay. Anyone who wants to pay close attention to the statues, make a history check.
Close attention to the statues. It's a 13.
I'm just tired.
It's a things and stuff. A 23.
Don't worry about me.
I already failed at this check, so I
now he's walking and looks at the statue. Oh, what's big, all right?
Okay. Aradin, or are you paying any particular...
I thought I
towards
already
the
failed the
statues?
statue check, but I'll roll again if you want.
The
Can I
one
say
you
this
saw the
is-
one statue at the front, and that's it. Now that you're
Oh,
seeing
okay.
this huge row, it's going to be a different check.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not entirely fair.
Can I say
It's not
that
better.
Can I do that before I send Ashtar forward?
Yeah.
13.
Although there are multiple statues across this line, some of them you can't see within your current light / dark vision / blind sight range.
Okay,
So if you're sending
I'll look
Ashtar
at
forwards, you might miss some.
I'll wait to send Ashtar forward because now I'm curious about the statues.
Okay, and Faran?
13.
What check is
Okay.
it?
History.
I'm good at that. Okay. 16.
Okay. Carrying along this first section of statues, the first few are relatively easy to identify. They are members of the vacant pantheon themselves. You notice certain individuals that are dressed and sculpted in familiar ways that you would see in churches across the planet itself. They're pretty easy to identify. Carrying on from there, you would see a few individuals that even Mara, with your really good roll, you probably wouldn't recognize these particular individuals. These statues seem to be a lot older and a little stranger. The next set you see takes Oren specifically aback a bit, as you see in a row 3 different tall, strong, beautiful individuals, one of which you have seen their form in its entirety. This long, almost kind of liquid molten hair, these cracked sections of both stone and magma. You take a look across the other 2 to confirm, and you're pretty sure that these are the 3 sisters.
Mara's sketching all of this.
These here, these are the Crimson Sisters. It's Kailera, and Saya, and Sisby, who we actually had the pleasure of meeting. Quite intimidating, but beautiful.
Is there one of Nigeria?
Looking to the statue next to them, you see a woman of similar build, but a little taller than the rest, a little thinner, but still fit and muscular. Instead of the kind of cracked, molten skin, you see a far, as much as you can in a statue, I guess, you see a more consistent complexion across their body. You see long hair, which kind of curves around them almost, creating this cloak of hair around them. You see 2 difficult to identify items strapped to both their hands and their feet itself. The statue wasn't really detailed enough to be able to tell. You do see around their neck the dual symbols of Veka's moons.
So how many statues are there total?
Oh, like loads. There's probably about that plus those. There's probably 40 to 50. This is a long corridor. I wasn't kidding.
And how
This is
many?
in walk animation.
Is there one
Mhm.
war snake?
if you carry on back far enough, there is a large, dark Ouroboros seating itself on a pedestal. Yes.
How many can Mara not identify?
You're probably looking at about a solid 22. There's a lot of these individuals that do not appear in current vacant lore at all. The few that do have names, you don't recognize the language that they're actually written in.
Even with her comprehend languages, she doesn't understand?
Even with comprehend languages, it seems to have been deliberately enchanted one way or another against it.
So she writes down the ones she does know in their positions, but then she sketches the ones she doesn't know. For later. For research.
What's on this door? Because I don't stop, because I got an 8.
Sure thing. Yeah, you continue on, and thankfully there doesn't appear to be anything on the door itself. It's incredibly decorative, but there's no writing, there's no puzzle, there's no locks. It's just a big old double set of stone doors.
No.
By big old, I do mean big old. They are about the size of statues. They are proper regal.
Do they look like there's a mechanism to make them open that's obvious, like a place to put your hand or anything?
No. Seems to be a push job.
If I not like all my weight, but like you would a normal door, does it feel like it gives easily, or that you gotta be strong?
The stone feels a lot lighter than you'd expect, considering the size of these things.
Mara would message Nolly. Why don't you take a rest? I'm going to be drawing for a few minutes.
That's... I'm okay now. The spirit helped me quite a bit. I could do with a night of rest, but I do not believe this is a place to do that. I'm more or less fine after my healing spirit. I need a long rest.
Do you get anything back for a short rest?
Not anything I've used.
Okay. Well, she's still gonna take the time to draw out stuff, so it's gonna be a while. She's basically trying to keep Nolly out of trouble while she's drawing, is what's going on here.
Do you want me? Because I'll just mental you back. Do you want me to not go through here then? Should we wait?
Yeah, could you wait?
Okay.
Oh, Aridin was about to be an enabler and be like, I'll go with you.
Everyone else at the door?
No, wait, why don't we just take a time, take a breath, let's meditate for a while. You just take in your surroundings.
Now I will sit down in front of the door, crisscross applesauce.
Breathe
Lupa will
out.
sit very prim proper dog, and she'll start saying minor prayers to nature, and hoping that the ones who came before recognize that she means no harm.
And Orwin, don't touch any of the weapons until I'm done.
Hands off.
So
I guess I would just...
Do the statues say anything? Like, are there plaques or anything?
Okay.
some of them have what appear to be names, some of them do not. Just like I said to Mara here, it seems like they're deliberately enchanted so that they are not understandable. Even comprehend languages can't pierce it.
I would, if Dawan or Aaron are at the door as well, I gesture for them to join me and Oren on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Come, sit.
I'll sit.
Mara draws as fast as she can.
But
The important ones, Mara.
I was gonna hit.
wait.
Yeah.
I just was
Yeah.
before I settle down for tea time in the middle of this hallway. Is it only weapons on the wall, or are there
Weapons and tools.
but not like shields or armor.
Shields can be used as weapons, so yes. Shields, swords, spears, bottles, scythes, hoes, alchemical equipment.
Is this more like a? Is there like a progression from like ancient tools to modern weaponry and tools?
It seems to be grouped by culture.
Ooh.
Across the walls itself. What those cultures are, it seems like they are too old to tell right now without an actual comprehensive study. But they, just judging by how they look, yeah, they're grouped by culture.
That's cool. Okay, and with that, Dawn will look at the ground and like take her cloak off and kind of flip it in a pillow, and then pull some tea out of her cat pack. And I guess we're having tea time on the floor in the middle of the hall.
As you breathe in, feel the energy just rising within
Now
your
at
body.
one point, well, like, not to be impolite, but I know how to meditate.
Oh, see, Dawn would have just
All right.
tuned Orin out.
Oh, do you just let him tell you?
Oh, I don't say that. Dawn
Oh.
is at this point used to, I feel like Doran?
Doran.
Orin's, yeah, I'm sure this isn't the first time that he's like tried to lead someone through meditation while we've been on our travels, and so she just tunes him out.
I love that one so much. The savagery.
You're just more polite than Maui. Now he's too blunt. She's like, well, I know what I'm doing.
Like you see as he's like doing his like instructional thing, you actually see this like glowing like energy like flowing up in his face, and as you're like, yeah, I know how to meditate, dude, shut up, it's like,
Oh,
Baby, no.
oh, Orin.
I do not mean to be rude. I'm very happy to. I would love to know more about your people, but
that's fine. That's fine.
Perhaps we could talk. It just felt a little like you were explaining something to me and knew how to do.
No, I apologize. I was just trying to do my technique. That if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for everybody. It's fine. Sorry.
No, I am curious. It seems you have quite an affinity for fire, which I do not. I'm more in tune with. And I like kind of gesture at Lupa and all the animals I harvested.
That's actually quite interesting, I think. Your connection with the organic side of nature, I guess. It's quite fascinating.
Oh, well, thank you. People back home are not mean about it, but it is quite basic. I am not as gifted as you or as Dewan seems to be, so I appreciate the compliment.
I think you underestimate yourself quite a bit, because you're very talented from what I've seen.
Gifts are not the same amongst people. You all have your own gifts and strengths.
She beams. Thank you.
And then Dawn will pass you some tea.
Oh, I'm not thirsty. Yawns.
The tea is not for thirst. If anything, it would dehydrate you, but...
Oh, that makes sense.
You should just drink it to rest.
She's so tired. We're gonna end up being up for like 2 days because we're so far away.
She's going to fall asleep on Lupa.
This rate, yeah, probably.
Don't worry, I'll totally pass the next con check, everybody.
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, so y'all are taking a short rest, getting yourself sorted, having tea, mansplaining, mansplaining meditation.
Mansplain meditation. I was
Meredith
just
was
trying
listening.
to share.
And was listening.
No,
Mara.
it's just rude.
It's just for Nawi is great. I wish
Let me guess,
Nawi
I have
was
to make a
like-
dex check.
No.
Because here comes the fireball down the
no.
corridor.
So you're going ahead and sketching up a frenzy. The important ones, there are the 14 members of the Vacant Pantheon. They are the first section. There are the 3 sisters, and then what appears to be Nyceria, which will then bring you to 18. The core snake, which has been identified by your party, and some kind of large draconic influence, but not quite draconic in like the Western sense. It's closer to an Eastern dragon. It's very long, very stretched out, kind of curled in on itself. There is something about it being towards the end, which kind of gives you a little bit of a pause. There are a lot of other individuals that you just straight up don't recognize, but one of the ones that would probably tip you off is there appears to be a Triton individual. It doesn't appear to be a statue of a larger power, so to speak. It seems to just be a Triton soldier almost. They have a trident, they have a sword, they have armor, and that's about it. No religious symbols, no specific symbolism. It's just a Triton. Obviously a very decorated and nice statue, but there's nothing that really jumps out to you.
From the ones that she does know, like the 14 Veka ones and the 3 sisters in Nyceria, do they seem to be in like chronological order from she understands their religions were founded?
Yes, but the other way. So the Vacant Pantheon is the newest to be adopted, so they are first. The ones closest towards the door are the oldest, and that is the Ouroboros, the core snake, and this other entity, this draconic entity on the other side.
So those 2 are across from each other.
Yes, and they are the ones the furthest back against the wall.
Furthest from the door or closest to the door?
Closest to the door. So they are the oldest in the chronological order. The Triton individual is just before the Vacant Pantheon on that side.
So on the other end from the 2 elder gods. When so the last statue is there. Is there space on the other side of them, like for more statues?
Funny you should say that. Yes. There is a small gap for more statues to be made.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind.
This Triton statue didn't ring a bell with Aridin or I.
No. Not really. You know a Triton. That's about it. Like,
Right, yeah, that's what I was like.
you
Just
know
checking.
a Triton, but there's no specific
just-
correlation.
It's Ishton.
The individual that's the youngest, do I know how many hundreds or thousands of years? Well, first, do I know them? And then how many hundreds of thousands of years their pantheon started? Their tale started?
As in the Vacant Pantheon. 'Cause they would be the
Are they-
youngest.
So they're the youngest, yes.
Yes.
So how long ago did they? 100 years? 200 years?
No, the Vacant Pantheon has been around for a few thousand.
Okay, a few thousand.
At the very least. It's difficult to tell because history only goes back so far.
Right.
before there was like a prolonged, like almost a dark age of sorts. Written history only goes back so far. Everything else apart from that, once you pass that point, is oral and archaeological. So yeah, the Vacans are the youngest, then there's the Triton, there's a bit of a gap, there's the sisters, then there's another bit of a gap, and then there's a space for people to make new ones, and then there's these two individuals in the Grey Mag.
Okay.
That's going to be hard to remember, so I can send you a little thing.
That's fine.
All right.
But yeah, Mara would pay attention to all that because this is very interesting to her. She's like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
All right. With those gathered and organized to the best of your ability, whoever needs to take a short rest in this time can, apart from Mara, because you will be going to sketching. You gather yourselves together in preparation for whatever is across the other side of this door. And we will open that up next time. Because it is rap time. So we'll see what happens.
Orin touches something.
Or touch something, all hell breaks loose. That's
That
what
one
happens.
flings
Oh,
open
boy.
the door with careless abandon.
I mean, how he was.
Thaumaturgy, the door's open.
If I didn't get the message, I was going to open the doors. So.
Yes, that's why she's like, hey, can you wait? Wait, I want to draw these. Wait.
Like I can't
Wait.
stress enough that now he's like the kid when SES is coming out, sitting in, like with their face on the door to Toys R Us. I am at the door, and I was told wait, and so I sat down, and I'm just staring at the like crack in the door.
Fair enough.
I was that kid. I was that child. That rings so true to me. Oh my god.
Oh, hey, I just watched the Console Wars documentary, and anyone that likes video games or was like around for it, it is a wild ride. I highly recommend watching it. It's also a very good movie.
It's on my hit list.
Where did you
It
watch
is
it?
on my
Netflix?
list.
Ah, Spider.
Where was it? Austin, where was it? Where did you watch it?
Paramount Plus.
Ah,
Hey, you can grab a 1 month free trial with the code MOVIES right now. I'm not affiliated with Paramount Plus. It's not like
I was
a
like, are we
special.
sponsored by Paramount now?
By the
We're not
way,
affiliated with Paramount, but I'd like to be.
Yeah,
Give me
hey,
that money.
Paramount.
wait. But then that means I could actually watch Ink Master.
Good.
by the way, how Mara solved those puzzles is how I usually solve puzzles. I accidentally figure out one part, and it's like, aha! Now I can figure out all the other parts because that one part is solved.
Puzzles are fun, y'all. Puzzles are fun. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, shall we? We have a fantastic cast here, so let's go ahead and let them plug what they would like to plug. Gonna start off with Jesse because they're distracted.
Why you gotta do me dirty like this? Why you gotta do me dirty while I'm looking
the
at
look
this
she gave you.
Paramount Plus Essential and Premium 1 month free plan? All I want to do is watch this documentary and watch Ink Master. Hi, I'm Jessie. You can find me at Jahoos the Moose on the interwebs. I do art stuff occasionally. I'm here on Mondays. I'm also here on Friends Who Roll Dice on the 26th, I think, is the next session of our Monster Hearts game. That's a Saturday, I think.
It is a Saturday.
Yeah. Check out my links on my card on my Twitter. Hopefully I'll post art there soon. That's it. Bye. I'm gonna go look at the plan now.
Cool.
Hey, howdy, bye. I'm Cole. You can find me here every Monday playing Eridan. Also can find me on Twitter at Cole Moriel. And I did that backwards, but it's fine. You should tune in tomorrow to also see me over on Rule of Lore, where I play my very gay drow bard. There's a lot happening. It's Pride Month, so we're just angry and gay, and we're doing a heist. So come watch. We're hilarious. And then you can also, wow, my brain literally just had to restart there for a second. Then you can catch me on Friday over on Beldrian's channel, playing again with Ray in a Coriolis game where I am basically playing another bard, and he's just a simple himbo in these trying times. He doesn't know nothing about science, and he's in space, so let's go, let's get it. And we're starting our Pride thing over here on Forward, starting on Wednesday, where we're going to be playing for the Queen. We have really exciting players and GM, so be sure to tune in. And there should be a schedule going out soon, like what games are being played when. So yeah, keep an eye on the Forward Twitter. That's me.
Rochelle.
Hi, I'm Rochelle, Dragon Gem here on Twitch, The Dragon Gem on Twitter. I'm here on Mondays. On my own channel, I play puzzle games and Magic the Gathering on Sundays and Wednesdays now at 6 p.m. So now there's double the dragon. But yeah, that's me.
Adam.
Hello, I am Adam. You can catch me at Adam Hardy VO on the interwebs. I do the post-production for The Mind and the Martyr. I'm lagging behind because it was a rough week, but I will get these episodes up on YouTube and podcast with additional music from Sirenscape because they're awesome. Use them. And some sound effects of my own creation, which is a whole lot of fun to do. So yeah, our last combat episode, I was like, I had so many ideas, and then life happened, but I'll get it. Follow us on YouTube, and if you like podcasts, check out the Mind and the Martyr podcast as well.
Life happened. That just sums up a lot of this show, to be honest. Just life happened. Austin.
Hey, what's up? I'm Austin. You can find me on Twitter at SailorScoutAustin. That's at Sailor SCT Austin. You can also find me every Wednesday on my podcast that isn't this one, Secret Histories of Nerd Mysteries. We just got done celebrating our 50th episode last week. This week is episode 51, continuing our 3-part special on the console wars. This week we'll cover Nintendo, and then next week we will be covering So last week it was Sega up to the console wars. This week will be Nintendo up to the console wars. Next week will be the console wars themselves. It's a very wild ride. I had 4 pages of notes just on Nintendo's name. Don't ask me to get into it because I'll be here all night. Language is really weird. You can also find me on... I'm an Aspire game on Fridays, but that's ending this Friday. And I'm on Utopia every other Saturday for Donuts and Duels. And that's it. Come find me on Twitter. I write for games, I play in games, and I talk about games and other nerd stuff.
Sorry, the seagulls seemed to really like your pitch, and it was just like, yeah, no, I'm into that. Awesome. Thank you so much to the wonderful cast. Support them in everything they do. I am Ray. I've been your humble GM for the Mind and the Martyr. Yes, I use my hands too much. I'm Italian. Deal with it. You can find me over at RedMageRay on Twitter. You can find me here on Mondays and about doing production for some of our other projects here, including some of our Pride games. You can find me over on Polished Crypto's channel doing the Stygian Shroud, which is a Curse of Strahd sequel that we've been doing for a while. We're beginning to slowly get to the end of that now, so that's going to be super interesting. I've been watching a lot of Castlevania in preparation for this final battle, so I'm super excited. You can find me over on Valdrian's channel, where we are playing Tenebris, a Coriolis story, which had its debut last week. The cast is stellar, no pun intended, and I'm super excited to continue on with that. And there's probably a few other things I need to plug, but I don't remember. The only other thing I'm going to say is if you like me being a moron, I'm going to be starting streaming on my personal channel at the moment only on Sundays, so that's at Red Mage Ray. We're going to be doing Sundays in space, where we play a bunch of space games, and I talk physics, and hopefully it'll be either entertaining or educational or a bit of both, or you can just laugh because, you know, whatever. Yeah, so that's me. Big thank you to everyone for watching. Keep an eye on this space as we have a whole bunch of new leadership in Forward. So a whole bunch of new stuff should be coming over the next couple of weeks and months. Big thank you to our sponsors, Grinding Coffee and Roll20. We're going to run a quick credit reel here and then go ahead and pass the love you've shown us to someone else. Thank you again. Take care, make sure you're medicated, make sure you're hydrated, especially in this heat, and keep moving forward. And we'll hopefully see you next week. Take care, guys.